Hello, my name is Senator Salwi, and I'm speaking for the first time today. Please give me a signal when ready. The embargo against Cuba has long been thought to be completely beneficial to the United States and the citizens of Cuba. Supposedly, the embargo helps to reduce repression by the Castro government and allow only some business with Cuba. This is a misconception. In reality, the embargo has restricted business with Cuba and has failed to stop repression and has isolated the United States. Because of this, the embargo is a failed policy and must be removed immediately. Primarily, the opposition argues that Obama has already instituted policies that allow trade to Cuba. This is false, as Ted Picone, Senior Fellow of Foreign Policy in the Project on International Order and Strategy says, the embargo blocks FedEx, UPS, and DHL from shipping to and from Cuba. It also tells businesses that trading with Cuba is unsafe and unreliable. The United States needs to lift the embargo so that American companies can start to do business with Cuba. Obama's reforms are not sufficient. It has done virtually nothing to enforce democracy in Cuba. Doug Bandeau, the senior fellow at the Cato Institute, states that democracy cannot be imposed by outside forces. Therefore, the embargo will not be effective in giving Cuban citizens freedom. Even after a substantial amount of time with the embargo, the Freedom House still ranks Cuba as the only unfree country in the Western Hemisphere. United States blocking trade with Cuba gives Castro an excuse for failed policies. Thus, it gives the government a propaganda tool. Because of this, other countries sympathize with Cuba, which further isolates the United States. Daniel Renwick of the Council on Foreign Relations states that only one other country, Israel, supports the embargo. How can we continue this policy that does not enforce democracy with support from one other country? Also, this ban is not effective in isolating Cuba because this country can still trade with other nations. Thus, research shows that Cuba's economy has continued to grow. Conversely, the ban hurts the United States. It costs us $1.2 billion every year, including hundreds of millions of dollars going to enforcing the bill. Overall, the embargo should be lifted because it's detrimental to Cuban and American citizens. I'm now open to questions.
Thank you, Senator, for that speech of 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Questioners, please rise. Senator Suvan.
The Cuban government controls all imports, so won't it reap the benefits of normalization?
Can you please repeat the question?
Senator, can you please repeat your question?
The Cuban government controls all imports, so won't the Cuban government reap the benefits of normalization?
But currently, with the embargo, they're using they're using the embargo as a scapegoat, which only encourages more repression because they have an excuse for their acts.
Any more questions? Senator Singh.
Okay, so the Cuban economy is so small. Do you think that really it matters to U.S. government to lift the embargo? You said it's only $1 billion economy.
But the problem is that since they're using this propaganda tool, it is only encouraging other countries to sympathize with Cuba, and it is isolating us and bolstering their economy.
Any more questions? No. The questioning time is now elapsed. The chair recognizes